So, I mean, the biggest challenge I see and face is keeping a good mindset, knowing that you're just trying to help people when there's a lot working against you.
Yeah. Yo, what is up, podcast? Welcome back to another episode.
Well, welcome back.
As you can see, we're not in the regular studio. Today we're on Zoom with a very special guest.
We got my boy Josh Harrelson up in here. What's up, Josh?
How's it going, guys? Good to see all y'all.
Good to
You
see you,
too.
dude.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on
Why
here.
did you pause when you were saying his name? Did you forget his name for a second? Like, sound like you forgot his name.
No, this is my boy right here.
No, I think you forgot his name. It's all right though. It's okay.
So,
Let it
all
fly.
All good. I'll forgive
right,
you.
Josh, we got a big question to ask you.
Okay.
Right off the bat, if you could have any pet, what would it be?
Oh, man. I think there's a lot of factors in that. I think for like actually taking care of, I've always been a dog person, so I'll just
Yeah.
be
Mhm.
I love German Shepherds. I've had a German Shepherd. It's probably my favorite dog. If it
Mhm.
didn't matter because I didn't have to take care of it, I probably
Doesn't
won't
matter. It's just like, what is the dream pet?
think it'd be sick to have an elephant,
Ooh, that's
Oh, that'd be
interesting.
sick.
right? You like ride around on its back. It's pretty cool.
Dude, I didn't even think about that. That's
That would be pretty
crazy.
cool. You'd reign over everybody.
Right? Especially one like the huge Tuscan
Yeah.
thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
What about you?
My favorite animal is an otter.
Dude, I was literally
I
gonna say otters.
I love otters so much.
Those are
They're
so
the,
sick.
the cutest little things ever. Um, so I think that would be a realistic pet because honestly, I see a lot of people that have
Yeah.
those as pets.
Yeah.
Um, I think if it didn't matter, uh, either a tiger or a bear, I think would be so cool.
That's valid.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the tiger would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
I feel like I don't know, a lion would be dope if it would not eat me.
yeah, you're
Did you
sleeping
see
right
some of
now.
those people on social media? They like hug lions and
Dude,
stuff.
I know.
that would be
One
terrifying.
of our best friends
So
was out in South Africa and he got to hold a baby lion and it's like, bro,
so cute. Those
that's
things are
Baby.
that would be awesome.
I wish I
But
could get
considering it would probably eat me, a monkey. Having a little monkey just.
those are pretty cute.
I think monkeys have too much personality. They just like annoy you all the time, you know?
Hey,
Yeah.
he'd match our energy. We
Yeah.
we we have
You
too much
for
energy.
sure this kid all the time just go all the time randomly. I'll be in the bathroom or something and I'll hear him outside.
That's hilarious.
Oh man.
But hey, man, it's we got a little much energy and we don't even drink coffee. So
Yeah.
That's good.
Hmm.
Lots of it.
Before we jump in, I gotta so I you don't know what my hair looked like before,
oh,
but I gotta reveal to the podcast my hair. So
Christian
my
got a buzz
hair
cut.
buzzed. It was a lot longer, all the way down to
Dude,
my
looks
eyes.
fresh.
What?
Looks fresh.
Thank you. Yeah, I got it
Like he cut.
no, I got it a week ago. So it's pretty fresh. But yeah, it's all gone. So it feels really nice though.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Everyone, drop in the comments what you think of his haircut.
Hmm.
Don't be afraid to tell the truth. So
Yeah.
Hate
I
it.
showed what?
He said hate is welcome.
Yes. Well, I showed one of my friends, and her reaction. I had a beanie on, so I took it off, and she went. It's so funny.
it was so funny.
Yeah, it was really funny. But yeah.
But yeah. So jumping into it,
Mm-hmm.
we got some real questions to ask you, not about pets this time. So obviously, we know. I know. I don't know if he knows what your job is. So if you want to tell the podcast kind of what your career is, and we'll get started with that.
Yeah, so I've been in sales for 10 years. The last four I've been in real estate. So when I got into real estate, I was more into like the rental side. I did more like rental properties. I've since moved into like residential and commercial sales.
Mm-hmm.
Now I run a team of 6 agents that sell residential sales, and I'm focusing on commercial and rentals right now.
Nice.
That's cool. Yeah.
And where are you located at? Because the podcast knows we're in Illinois. So where are you at?
So funny enough, I know this is weird, but they just renamed our area. So we used to be called the uh I'm trying to remember how they said this right. So we used to be called like the Piedmont Triad. But apparently in Asian cultures, like Piedmont or something means like war.
Oh,
Now renamed us Carolina Core.
yeah,
So
That's a big
I
change.
live in North Carolina, but the middle part's called the Carolina Core.
yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
Uh, for everybody who's watching and for Christian, me and Josh met through little thing we like to call Team Schnacky. Shout out my boy Noah Schnacky. So we're part of a team that are kind of like ambassadors for this guy's music, and we I met this guy at a conference. We clicked right off the bat, and so you know,
That's cool.
brothers, but
Sure.
we're like 1,000 miles apart. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love from a distance.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely,
Yeah. The distance doesn't matter.
yeah.
So, yeah.
So, but getting back into it, so how'd you get into real estate?
So when I graduated high school, I was 18 years old, and I told my mom the one thing I was not gonna do was get into real estate. Mom's been doing real estate for 36 years.
Wow.
She's done really well. But that was just the one thing I just didn't want to do. But
Feel you on that.
6 years later, I realized there's some pretty sweet benefits to it.
Yeah,
And so I got in real estate through my family.
yeah.
That's cool.
I got a similar story with my dad. He's been in the banking business for 40 years. And so growing up, are you going to follow in your dad's footsteps? Absolutely not. Nope. No, no
Look
way.
at where you are now.
Look at where I'm at now, Farmer State Bank.
That's
So,
so. What's been like one of the biggest challenges in real estate?
Definitely keeping a good mentality.
Mm,
So like in all the sales in general, it's hard to hear no so much and continue going. But with real estate, you got to think about it too. Like you're helping people with their biggest investment they're ever going to make in their life, or most people will make in their lives.
yeah.
And so, helping people understand that you're there to help them and guide them through the process rather than just like, there's a lot of people in sales that just take advantage of people for the money.
Yeah.
And that's not what we're here to do. So, I mean, the biggest challenge I see and face is keeping a good mindset, knowing that you're just trying to help people when there's a lot working against you.
Yeah. That's good.
yeah. So, is there any like major downsides to it that make you want to be back in that spot of, man, I don't want to be here?
Um, the only thing that would make me say that is like it depends what part of real estate you go into, but the
Yeah.
part that I chose where I wanted to run agents and run a team. Um, yeah, your time, man. I like last night, we had talked about doing this last night. I was picking up open house signs at 10:30 last night.
Oh
Wow.
gosh.
Yeah, so I mean, when stuff doesn't work out or when agents can't go do what they're supposed to do, that falls back on you. And
Yeah.
so sometimes you have to show property at 8:30 at night or go pick up signs or, make sure all the documentation's correct. Like those kinds of things really, stick a finger in the wound, but it turns out all right. I mean, it works out in the end because, the last 2 weeks of last year, I got to take them off and I took
Mm,
me and my family went down to Florida. My kid got to go to Disney for the first time, which was really cool.
That's awesome.
So I mean, I think the benefits outweigh the minuses.
yeah. How often do you have nights where you're out super late?
Um, well, before it was like never.
Yeah.
But now it's happening more now, probably 6 nights a month, 6, 7 nights a
Oh,
month.
that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's really not bad.
Okay. I thought you were about to say 6 nights a week for a second. I was like,
No,
whoa.
it sucks when you get home and you're like getting your cozy clothes and you like go to
Mm.
lay down in bed and then you look over your phone and you're like, dang it.
Yeah, that has to suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, one topic I really want to dive into, transitioning out of this one, is chubby to chiseled.
Yep.
He looked at me before we started the podcast. He's like, I can't wait for you to hear about Chubby the Chisel. I was like,
Yep.
So obviously, most people, if not all the people watching, are not going to know what that is. So if you want to give them a rundown of what Chubby to Chiseled is, because it is such a dope thing that you're doing.
So I started, I guess, my journey in social media almost a year ago now, funny enough. Probably about
Time
8 months.
flies. That's crazy.
But I have a friend of mine, his name's Brian, and we met via I sold him a house. We just clicked really well and we ended up hanging out afterwards. And became really good friends. But he was really big in the gym, and I used to be really big in the gym when I was in high school because I was trying to play football in college.
Yeah.
Um, Over the course of that, I got to like 335 pounds after college, and then I dropped 100 pounds in this period of like a year,
wow.
and 70 of it was in like 4 months. And I came up with this whole chubby to chiseled journey and recorded my like workouts, and I post them to
Wow.
social media just to, see if I couldn't help somebody else and maybe going through what I was going through.
Dude, that's
Uh,
awesome.
but yeah, that's kind of where this all started for
That's
Chubby.
awesome, dude.
Dude, when I
And I'm
saw
still
you,
thinking one day I will. I'll post the chiseled pictures one day.
I'm waiting on him, man. When I saw you started that, I was like, oh, this is going to get good. Like,
It's
I'm
gonna
so
be
proud
a
of this
journey.
guy.
It's gonna happen.
That's
Yeah.
crazy though. That's awesome,
I
man.
appreciate
Yeah.
But obviously, like Noah got me into the whole fitness thing, and then Doug walking along with it, just getting me into it, and
it. Dude,
I
I
lost 40 pounds. So what was that?
started every time I see your videos now, I do the push-ups when you do them. I don't know what it is about it, but like the push-ups and proverbs and push-ups or whatever.
Yes,
Dude,
sir.
every time I see you do push-ups, I'm like, man, I gotta rock some out with him right now.
Shout out Dougie Fresh. But
Nice.
yeah, man, like fitness is one of those things that it's definitely not easy, but
Heck no.
when it comes, it doesn't only affect your like physical state, it affects your mental state. Like I saw so many mental benefits to it, and I'm sure you did as well.
Hmm.
Dude,
Yeah.
So
you said you dropped 40, right?
yeah, 40.
That's awesome, man.
Still on
Congrats.
that grind, trying to get to that chiseled look as well, my boy.
Hey, it's a process, man.
Yeah.
Your body can only do one thing at a time. So it can
Mhm.
either lose fat or it can gain muscle. You can't do both.
Or it can gain fat if you do the opposite.
I'm not focused on Aaron. Your body can only do one of those two things at a time. So, you
Yeah.
got to work on getting down to that weight. Then you got to build the muscle, and then you got to lose the weight again so you can actually see the muscle under it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's a
Yeah.
So
process.
on that grind, trying to stay consistent because
Dude, that's so difficult. Staying.
consistency is very difficult, but it is key.
Yeah.
Consistency is everything in life. It
Mhm.
doesn't matter what it is, whether it's consistent in your faith, consistent in working out,
Amen.
consistent with your friends and family. Consistency is everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Yep.
It's difficult though.
Yeah. I struggle with being consistent with things all the time. Like I haven't been in the gym in quite a while, so I need to get back in there. But yeah.
And maybe it's not even just the gym, just being a healthier lifestyle
Yeah.
consistent. You know, walking your steps a day or making sure you eat clean today because you're not going to go to the gym or just one thing a day that really is going to push you or propel you forward to
Yeah.
staying in that healthy mindset.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah.
Me and him went to the gym together for probably 2 weeks to a month, and then we
I don't
stopped
remember.
doing that.
I don't even remember what really happened. I don't know.
We
7
just got
days.
busy.
Yeah.
Takes
And
27 days to create a habit.
yep,
Mm,
I've been going
27.
on and off, but can't get to that point of every day. I'm trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think you're supposed to go to the gym every day, but I think you're supposed to be some form of active every day.
Yeah,
Mm,
I
yeah.
try to go 5 days a week, and then have Saturday, Sunday as rest days.
Right.
Yeah, that's good.
What's kind of been your breakdown?
So when I first started the Chubby to Chiseled, I was doing the carnivore diet. So
Yeah,
I was eating only meat and I felt like I was just Superman all the time. I don't know if it's just because the like extra protein or something about the way it breaks up, it gives you lots of energy, but I was like up here on cloud nine all day, every day.
yeah,
And so I went 7 days a week for 4 months.
Wow.
And then now I fell back to like a 5 day a week because my work wasn't progressing at the rate I wanted it to because I was focusing on fitness so much.
Hmm.
Funny enough, you can go watch this on my TikTok. So you can see where I was posting every day, and you can see it goes to 5 days a week,
Mm,
Yeah.
and then you can watch it go to like 3 to 4 days a week after that.
mm,
Uh, but yeah, I try to get minimum 3 days a week of in the gym now, and at least 5 days active. So whether that's walking or running or walk up the stairs. I mean, I got stairs in my house. Just walk up and down the stairs in my house
Hmm.
counts too.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yep.
cool.
How often does little man go with you?
Not yet.
Not
Probably
yet.
probably outwork me, which is scary. Yeah, you're talking about somebody that's got way too much energy. Like I have a lot and I have a lot to share, but man, if he's awake, he's moving. That's the God's honest truth. If you ever watch this kid, he gets up out of bed, he doesn't stop moving until he hits the bed again.
Yeah.
Wow.
How old is he now?
He's 8. He'll actually be 9 next week.
Dang,
Nice.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
How's it feel?
feels weird. It's weird being 28 with a 9-year-old, but it's nice. I'm getting to enjoy all the things younger, which is
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
something I've always wanted to do is have a kid in my younger years so then I can be a little more active with them and I feel like I'd have more fun than being an old fart.
Well, I just remember, my dad was older, and when I was like 8 or 9 years old, we'd be out in the backyard throwing baseball, and the guy'd be out after 5 minutes. Like, oh, my arm, my back, my neck, like,
Yeah.
I threw a baseball for like an hour, but it's nice being able to do that at this age.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, totally.
Yeah, I bet.
Hey, you just got to pop the question already.
I know. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Don't worry.
Awesome, man.
But man, I'm proud of you for doing this chubby to chisel, and I'm proud of you for posting all of it
Yeah,
because
that's awesome.
it's encouraging to me, and I'm sure it's encouraging to everybody who comes across it. So,
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate that. That's the goal.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, keep at it, man.
Yeah, for real.
But
Yep.
so testimony. Let's get into the good stuff here. What's your story? How'd you come to God?
So I grew up in a Baptist church, and this weird thing happens around the 8 to 10-year-old range where you really get preached at you're going to go to hell if you're not saved.
Yeah.
Mm.
Uh, and so around 9 years old is when I would say that I first committed my life to God. And I would just say it was just a commitment at that point. There wasn't much of a change. I don't think there was really realization of salvation. And then I went through this period in my life where, I did things I wasn't necessarily proud of now, or, kind of turned my back towards God, is what I would call it. And then at 23, I recommitted my life. And this is when I would say I had the heart change. It was a realization of who I was and what I'd become to who I really wanted to be or mimic my life after. And I got rebaptized at that time in my life. So, I mean, I've been baptized when I was like 9, but it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know, what do you know at 9 years old?
Yeah.
But yeah, at 23 is when I recommitted my life. Um, and then I'm just trying to, that's about the time I got really involved with Jaywalkers was at 23. And I really enjoyed it. I had a good time. I hope I made some form of impact. That was my goal.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good time.
That's awesome.
First off, it's crazy how long ago that we got involved with jaywalkers and Team Snag and stuff like that. Like COVID threw everything like for a loop.
How old were
Big
you when
time.
you got into Team Schnacky?
When I met Noah and them, I was 14 or 15.
Oh, really? Dang.
So
Yeah,
it,
that's wild.
it's been a minute because I'm about to turn 20. So
That's crazy.
Oh,
Finally.
you have the teen years.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
And
It's
I'm
awesome.
older. I'm
Oh,
older than
I
him.
knew, I
So
knew you were gonna say something. Only by
What
like
is
a
it,
week.
a week?
yeah, my birthday's March 23rd.
Stupid.
His is the 31st. So
Stupid.
Hey,
Yep. You
he's
might
he's
might
he's
be
taller, but I'm older.
you might be
So
older, but you act younger.
how do you two know each
that's
other?
not true.
Huh?
So we've been best friends for a year and a half now. We go to the same church, and we instantly clicked the second I started going to that church.
It was crazy.
Okay, awesome.
He's been going there his entire life, and I was looking for a more local church. I'd done Jaywalkers online for so long, still very connected with them, but was still looking for an in-person thing. And one of my coworkers,
Shout out Kyle Hammers.
shout out Kyle Hammers, he's like, dude, it's 45 minutes away from your house, but it's more local than Florida. So it's like
Right.
you've driven to Florida before, so I think you can drive 45 minutes. I think you'd really like the community. So started going there. Instantly clicked with this dude because we were like two peas in a pod. So
Two peas in a podcast.
yeah. Somebody told us we should have named our podcast that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a good name.
Dude, that would have been so catchy.
Yeah,
Spin off.
I didn't even think about it.
Two peas in a podcast.
You even in, I think it was in the first episode, said two peas in a pod.
Yeah.
And I didn't even catch that, but yeah, that
You
was
so
good.
do a spin off.
Yeah.
If this podcast fails, a year later, we're announcing another podcast.
Two peas in a pod.
Hey, all of our friends are waiting us for to hit episode 10 because in that first episode we talked about how most podcasts don't make it to episode 10.
We gonna.
We
What episode
gonna.
are you-
I think this is the 7th.
This is 8.
8? Is it
I
really?
think this is 7 or
Dang,
8.
you're in 10.
So
We're basically there. So.
yeah, our friend Brock is desperately wanting episode 10. We asked him episode like 3, hey, do you want to come on pod? He's like, if you reach episode 10, I will be your 10th guest. And so
All right.
Awesome, man.
I guess
But you've got my full support. Whatever I can do to help, I'm here for it.
absolutely, man, we appreciate it.
$1 million would be great. But...
Yeah.
You accept payments over the course of like 1,000 years.
I guess that'll do it. Yeah. Or we could use a house.
Hey, I can help you with that one.
If you slide it to us for free, that'd be great.
See what we can work out.
A little wink, wink.
Under the table.
Yeah.
Little nonprofit status, purchase for tax write-off. Yeah,
That sounds good. Oh man.
Yeah, that's how we got started. What kind of made you get back into it at age 23? Is there a real big turning point?
yeah. You know what's funny is I talk about my mom all the time. People probably think I'm like the biggest mama's boy, but my mom really has pushed me majority of my life to be a better human in general.
That's
Uh-huh.
good.
I got divorced at 22,
Mhm.
and I kind of spiraled, and I spiraled out for like 6 months. It was pretty bad. And then my mom was like, you probably need to get back into church, Josh. And I was like, yeah, but me and God aren't friends right now. So she was like, you need to get back in there, and you need to listen and kind of get your life back on track. And it's happened a couple of times in my life where she's had to have that kind of serious conversation with me. But I think my divorce really is what kind of pushed me over the edge back to, getting back into the word,
Mm.
caring about my relationship with Christ,
Yeah.
trying to have a relationship because most people, they think they're Christians, they don't even understand they don't have a personal relationship with Christ.
Yeah.
So that was definitely a tipping point for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everyone has tipping points to some sort of extent. And I think it's a very, very big part of a lot of people's testimony, and it's powerful. And so,
Yeah.
I love hearing people's testimonies and encouraging others because a lot of people think you hit a point where you're too far gone, and, you're never too far gone. God's always there knocking at your door. So,
Yeah. Yep. That's something that I try and encourage my friends sometimes at school. I'm like, I just wish they would understand like how great God's love is. And it's hard to get them to
Sometimes they
understand
can't
that.
understand it, so you just have to show it to them.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
That's what you can do, man.
Yeah. I just told a couple of my friends, I was like, a lot of people talk about converting people to Christ, but the real thing is loving them to Christ. And
Yep.
I've heard
Amen.
that. I've heard that a couple of times by different people, but it really is so true. I mean, there's just such a big problem with trying to convert because I mean that's gonna send people down a wrong path because then they're not gonna want to. If you don't, if you
think
come,
I think people try the convertedness to feel like they've accomplished something
Yeah.
in their career, which Christ doesn't care about at all. He just cares that you love people like Christ loved the church. I mean, he
Yeah.
says it
Amen.
clearly in the Bible. So I think you're headed down the right track with that, man. And people will convert a lot more to you loving them than trying to convert them to a religion
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
of reason.
Yeah.
Piggybacking off of that, I've always been told, it's not our job to save, it's God's job to save. We're just supposed to be like, hey, do you know Jesus?
Supposed to
If
plant the
not,
seeds.
right here,
Yeah. Plant those seeds.
amen. Plant those seeds. You're just supposed to introduce them to God, and then from there, they got to let God into their heart, and He saves them.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Sure.
a lot of people feel a lot of pressure to, oh, I got to save this person. They're in the pits of hell. Like I need to save them.
Mm-hmm.
No, you need to plant those seeds and let God do the work.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Definitely.
Yeah.
but man, it's testimonies are a powerful thing. So we appreciate you coming on here and sharing that.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm sure somebody, if they're listening, is probably going to wonder because I said earlier, 28 with a 9-year old. Yes, I did graduate high school before I had a kid. It was shortly after, but it did change, of course, my life. But if anybody is out there that's had a kid at a young age, I think some really good advice I could give them is just put your head down and work, focus on your kid, and the rest will kind of pan out. I don't, I think a lot of people get scared in that moment or they do something that, we obviously don't agree with. And I think that's a bad scenario to kind of put yourself in. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel
Mm-hmm.
and it does all work out. And I just love your kid, man. It's the best thing you
Absolutely.
can do. I've been a single dad for almost 9 years now. So
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool
yeah.
though.
So ending it off, you obviously just gave some advice. What advice do you have for two things? What advice do you have to people who might want to get into real estate, and what advice do you have just for anybody, faith wise, any type of faith advice?
Okay. Real estate's really easy. You don't know that you will or won't make it in real estate until you get in it.
Hmm.
I think a lot of people don't get into it because they're scared of the real estate test. Just go take the test. It's a couple $100. It sucks. Don't get me wrong. It's hard to spend money when you don't have any, but it's an investment. So I think just getting in and doing it is what's going to help most people in real estate. And then if you're in it, work hard. Listen to those people that have been in real estate a long time and try to mimic what they did. It's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's super simple. It's not crazy hard. It's not rocket science.
Yeah.
Um, and then faith wise, you're going to be challenged every day in your faith with something in some form or fashion. Um, keep your awareness up, not necessarily keep your guard up, but keep your awareness up.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Look for it around you. And whether that's being an encouragement to someone else or having to remind yourself to encourage yourself, that would be the best advice I could give somebody. And staying in the word daily. If you stay in the word daily, it's very hard to stray.
Love to hear it. Great advice, man.
Yeah, that's really good.
Appreciate it, man.
Well, Josh, we appreciate you coming on here, my boy.
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely,
been
man.
great talking to you, and hopefully one day we can do this in person.
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
I'll be glad to do this in person one day. I can't wait till you're got like 10,000 subscribers or something.
That'd be awesome,
Yeah,
man.
that'd be pretty cool.
I mean,
So
nuts.
yeah, but
It's been
hey,
great getting to know you. Just
Yeah,
to
Christian,
talk to
you
you.
too, man.
Yeah.
yeah, but hey, I'm gonna have to kick your butt in golf at some point. So
Look,
I'll have to let you guys go along. I'll be like 9 holes back. And you
he'll be lost in the woods somewhere trying to find his ball, and
yeah.
so.
all
But
right, man.
yeah, dude, we appreciate you coming on here.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
great talking to you.
All
Yep.
right, man. Great talking to you too. Talk to you
All
guys soon.
right, see
See
you,
you,
bro.
bro.
See you guys.
All right, guys. Well, that was a really awesome episode.
Yep, episode 7 or 8 or something like that.
Hey,
I don't even remember at this
time
point.
is flying by. It doesn't even feel like it's been this long. So
Yeah.
we appreciate all your guys' support.
Yeah.
We appreciate all the likes and comments and all the love we're getting. So
Yeah, we really do appreciate it.
thank you guys for tuning into this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Stay tuned. We got a lot coming at you.
Really good episodes coming up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited.
So hope you guys enjoyed and make sure
To
keep it 100.